do so. Because there's not as many, well, there's very few people watching the replays. Most people are doing it live these days, so it's fine if you want to chat to me because you won't finish up on YouTube. And then start. Go on. Right. So let's do a nice wrist warm up to start with. Usual story. Let's start with figure eights. Rolling the wrists. And you're trying as much as you can with this one to get as much movement through the wrists as you can. So you're really trying to explore all the ranges of movement that you've got in the wrist. So really get into that extension, which is the pushing down, the pulling towards you, and then pushing away from you as well. But try to avoid any nippy bits. Wrists are sometimes call them delicate. I wonder if that's a good thing, because it can give you the impression that your wrists are kind of weak and floppy, but they're just like any other bar. They can get better. And then reverse your circles, or they can get stronger. Reverse the circle. I've got some clicking going on, which is particularly unpleasant this morning. And then we'll do our waves. One elbow up. Doesn't need to look particularly wave-like, but you're just trying to get, again, that movement down and up through the wrists. Reverse your wave. Got one side that looks like a wave and one side that looks like a dog's dinner. It's okay. I was never any good at dancing. That's one. And then you keep the fingers interlaced. You're going to bring your thumbs together and press the thumbs together. And the palms stay flat to the floor. I'm pushing out towards you. You can see I'm not doing this. Yeah, palms stay flat to the floor. And what you're trying to do is open this joint here. It feels like you're not doing very much at all, or it might feel like you're not doing very much at all. It feels like that to me. I'm trying to get your wrists will do that. In other words, if I'm trying to get it straight to you, and it opens this joint here. So bear with it, even though it feels like you're not doing very much at all. It's a movement that we don't do very often. So my palms are staying flat to the floor, facing towards the floor, and I'm just pushing my hands away from it without turning them over. It's the one that I always kind of forget about. So throwing it in this morning, last one. And then we'll come down, fingertips pointing to knees. I'm not going to spend very much time here because we're going to be in this position quite a lot anyway. But just rocking gently backwards and forwards. A little circle with the body. One way. A little circle with the body the other way. And then, as usual, very gently flip one hand over, fingertips still pointing towards you. Place the back of the wrist down, straighten the elbow as much as you can, and very gently rock backwards and forwards. So there'll be a tendency with this one for the elbow to flop out to the side because it takes all the pressure off. If you can, straighten your elbow. You might not be able to, it'll come with time, and that's okay. And then flip the hands, switching sides as it were. Get backwards and forwards. Steady away. And then sitting back, you bring the backs of the hands to the floor again. The wider they are, the easier it is. So you start to drag them in until you kind of go, yeah, that's far enough. I've got the backs of my hands down, but that's enough for me this morning. And then we're going to close the fist. So you're going to attempt to close the fist. So I'm making a fist, a pathetic one, and release in the hands. Make a pathetic fist. And then release. If you're making a great fist, good for you. I can't do it. Oh, look at that. The further out I go, I can make a fist. I wonder how long I can hold it as I come in. Oh, that's dreadful. So you feel how weird it is to try and get your fingers to curl in this position. And if it's doing this to me, it might be doing it to you. So as I'm trying to do this, my shoulders are creeping up around my ears. I seem to have lost my neck. So if you can grow it. Otherwise, we'll make that the last one and then give them a shape. Give them a rattle. little finger and thumb, shake up and down, shake side to side, and then rattle, whichever way makes sense to you. Right, okay, I'm going to keep my mat for the moment. I'm going to do some of the form-specific stretches, wave and load, unload, those kinds of things, just as the warm-up to get us going. The mat, because everything's just kind of forward and back, the only thing that's difficult on a mat is the scorpion. Your feet have to twist, but it helps me stick for load of beast. I tend to slide, so if you want to keep your mat, keep your mat. We'll start with unload. So we're going to start load of beast. Feet hip distance, knees flaring out to the side. Walk the arms away. When you're ready, the ears should be between the arms. We're going to hover the knees. We're going to go unload. So set load of beast, unload. Keeping the knees low, straight out, chin tucked, tail tucked. Push with the toes, take it into that wrist stretch, and then return to loaded beast. Do it again, unload, straight forward, knees low. Just get that last inch, and then return to loaded beast one last time. Unload, and return to loaded beast. Rest your knees if you need to. Wave and load. So the starting point for this is hips going up high, wave through the spine. Here we go. Set loaded beast, wave and load. Hips high, heels high. Pause at the top and push backwards with the arms. So you make sure you've not travelled forward to start with. Tuck the chin to the chest, rest the upper back like a camel. Move forward until you can't move forward anymore. The hips start to lower, the glutes squeeze your butt cheeks, and then chin and chest are the last to lift. Going back, chin to chest, and push down with the arms to round the upper back. Hit that high point, and then return to loaded base, lowering the knees. We'll go again, wave and load, up high, chin to chest, travel forward, hips lowering, butt squeezing, chest lifting, gears lifting, return to loaded base, chin to chest, push with the arms, round the spine, hit that peak position, and then bend the knees back to loaded base. And you can release the knees down there. It's right on the floor, trust your family that. I suppose it's good for you. Every time I need to blow my nose, you guys get a break. Okay, so let's go into let's do scorpion next. So scorpion reach from here is the one where the wrist touch. We've got the wrist touch with the opposite knee. All right, so we set loaded beast. We'll go right leg first. Set loaded beast, right leg scorpion reach. So you come forward into a plank, bring the right knee to the right, left wrist, sorry, press it in. And then it does its work, traveling out and around in a big circle, all the way up and over. It'll feel massively different to the scorpions that we've been doing the rest of the week because we're extended. There's a bigger space between your foot and your hands. But otherwise, the rules are the same. Push the floor away with the hands, left heel lifted, left knee bent, and just see if you can lift your top hip even higher. So rotate that top hip even higher if you can, and then reverse from there, return to loaded beast. So leg goes in a big circle out to the side, comes across to the opposite wrist, and we return to loaded beast. Rest in the middle if you need to. Doing them slow is hard work, as we know. All right, so left side. When you're ready, set loaded beast, left leg, scorpion reach. Left knee, right wrist, press it in, lead with the toes, big circle up and around, pivot on the right foot, hold. Push the floor away with your hands, right foot, heel lifted, right knee bent, and then see if you can stack your left hip on your right. My voice is going down. Big circle with the knee reversed. And the cat's getting involved. Touch knee to wrist. Turn to loaded beast. Wrist down. You're not helping, cat. Things are bad enough as it is. You bite me, I will throttle you. You know, come, graph. Right, so we've got one last one to do here. That's our beast unload. No, it's not. It's called a beast reach. So this is one where the leg comes up towards the chest and then it comes to the outside of the elbow. Same loaded beast. We'll do right leg first. So lift the hips up high, take the right foot to your bottom, so heel to bum. Then you want to be pulling that knee in towards the chest. From there, you go nose to knee and knee to nose. So you're rounding the spine like the unload. From there, you travel forward. The knee comes to the outside of the elbow, so elbow level or just below. And then back up to that peak position. And as you come back down to loaded beast, try and keep your foot off the floor as long as possible. Same on the left. Lift the hips, lift the heel to the butt, knee to nose to knee. Travel forward, take the knee to the outside to the elbow. And then travel back, lift the hips up high, lower down, back to loaded beast. You're going to bite me, are you? Yeah, I thought you might. You're a shit. Bugger off. I'm going to do that again. We'll add in that last bit, which is the head lifting. So it feels really awkward. Lift the head and gaze at the end of this movement. All right, so right leg first. So settled beast. My own beast who's making life very difficult at the moment. Right leg, beast reach. Lift the hips, lift the heel to the butt. Nose to knee to nose, travel forward. Bring the knee to the outside of the elbow. Hold there, push the knee to the elbow and vice versa. And then gaze forward. So you're just looking up under your eyebrows. Return chin to chest. Hit the high point and then lower back down to loaded beast. We'll go again on the left. Lift the hips, heel to bottom, knee to nose to knee, travel forward, knee to the outside of the elbow. Once you're pressing in with the knee to the elbow, then lift the gaze. Chin to chest, push back to that high point, and lower back down to loaded beast. I'm very glad that my cat's decided to go out. Right, so one last one of the specific stretches, they call them. So really matter. But the last one is your grab reach. It's just too early. You need to have signs that tell me what to do. So try to remember. All right, so grab reach. So nice and proud through the chest. Head pulling back, gaze lifted. Let's go right arm first. So your feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Set crab. Right hand in front of the face. So remember from yesterday, we're lifting the hips first and then rotating, looking down, reaching with the fingers. Gaze the hand back to the ceiling and then lower the hips down. Switch sides, set crab, left hand crab reach, lift the hips, then reach the arm and rotate. Back to the ceiling, return to crab and lower. Okay, now we can get rid of all our right then, so where have we got to? Got rather a lot on this this sort of first half. We're going to add to it next week. So let's just start off with some simple stuff. Let's start off with some under switches and jumping under switches. We're going to start in beast. So find your beast position. So if we're doing a left leg under switch, ideally you want your left foot and your right hand to lift at the same time. So it's one of those activations that we do where we're trying to get the left foot and the right hand up at the same time. It's just something to aim for, all right? Might not come straight away, and that's okay. But the more you can lift at the same time, the easier or better your under switches will be. So let's go left leg under switch. So left foot, right hand. Travel over to crab, and then come back the same way. Left leg under switch, so left foot, right hand. All the way back over to beast. Right foot, left hand, so right leg under switch. All the way over to crab. Return, right leg under switch. All the way over to beast. Let's go round in a circle. So we go left leg under switch. Right leg under switch. Left leg under switch. Right leg under switch. Left leg under switch. Right leg under switch. And then we're going to reverse, go the other way. So right leg under switch. Left leg under switch. Right leg under switch. Left leg under switch. Let's just do one more for look. Right leg under switch. Left leg under switch. And you should be back in beast. Very good. Jumping under switches. So we're going to start with crab. So we're going to come back over to crab. So usually when we do an under switch, if I'm doing a left leg under switch, those limbs will lift and push on the gas or lift the heel of the right foot. When you do a jumping under switch, you're jumping from a flat foot. So you're springing off. It's that action. All right. So if we do a left leg jumping under switch, left foot up, right hand up, jumping off that right leg. So I'm trying to jump to get to the middle with the right foot off the floor and then all the way under. So I'll do that again. See if it works. If I finish it a little bit easier. So left leg jumping under switch. Yeah, I'm here ready to go. Jumping off this foot. So start the movement and then I'm going to spring and switch in the middle. All the way over. Give it a bash. What we've been doing up until now is doing an under switch, and then I've got you switching in the middle. There's nothing wrong with that while you're learning. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. The jumping under switch is a jump from here. So I'm jumping to the middle and then continuing over. So it's just a bit quicker. Let's try the other side. So that will be a right leg jumping under switch. Foot up, and we jump to the middle and then continue the movement. So here, jumping to switch and all the way over. Jumping to the switch in the middle and all the way. How are we doing? Okay, you're kind of frozen again. You're doing all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. It's the bizarrest thing to watch.
You know what? I like this is the best work I've ever done. I don't know what's going on.
I've never seen anybody move so fast. You moved that not faster, you're jumping under switch. I'm mightily impressed. So one last time with that, just to give you an idea, because I know, Andrew, I can't see if you've got it or not. Nick, I can see your head's exploding a little bit. So whereas we would normally do, we come over, and then I get you to switch the legs here. There's nothing different about it. It's still the same switch. I'm just stopping it a little bit sooner. So I'm swapping legs. So I know that in the middle, I want to be, instead of on my right foot, I want to be on the left. Yeah. Yeah. So it's still the same foot switch in the middle. It's just that little bit quicker. When we do it from a side kick through, So if we're doing a jump and switch, under switch from a side kick through, so from here, it's the same thing again. I want to be jumping from this position. So I start the movement, if you like, the lifting through the shoulder so I can get the height, but otherwise I am switching. So rather than bringing it in and then switching, I'm trying to jump from this position to go to the other side. So we'll give that a bash in a minute. Let's just give the wrist a break from doing the jumping. Right, let's play with full scorpion then. Let's go from crab. Let's go from crab. So full scorpion from crab. Let's go left leg first. So same as usual, we'll start the under switch, left leg coming under. So left leg up, on the gas. Start the circling of the leg up and around. We've still got to reach that high point. Heel lifted, knee bent, hips stacked. It's the hips that are moving you into the full scorpion. So although you straighten the leg and come onto the pinky side, I'm still twisting my hips. It's my hip that's bringing me over as I land. There's a leg back in and you're back to your crab. So there's a lot to focus on that standing leg. Yeah, I appreciate that. But it's the twisting of the hips. If you keep sending your hip into that twist, it will eventually pull you over. So it's all about the rotation. So again, if I come up here, reaching with this hand down to the floor, because I want it to stay there as long as possible. But my focus is very much on this hip. Keep twisting, keep twisting, keep twisting, keep twisting, keep twisting, keep twisting, to control it all the way down. Oh. Makes me nose run. Let's try the other side. So right leg, left leg full scorpion, whichever. We're going to do both sides. Left leg full scorpion. All the way up. Now straighten the leg, come onto the outside edge, and then pause there. So I've still got both hands on the floor. I've probably got more weight in my right hand. My toes are pulling up towards my shin. Keep thinking about twisting your hip. So left hip to floor, and then land. Yeah, very good. Okay, and then bend in, and we'll go the other way. So right leg full scorpion, set crab, right leg full scorpion, all the way up and around, find that high point, outside edge, straight leg, control it down. Oh, we're getting there. I think there was even some, actually the hands were doing okay. Well done, Chas. All right, so let's come back to our jumping under switches in a side kick position. So we'll play with side kick and then we'll do some jumping under switches. So whichever way you want to face, we know with this one, it's a cross shape, 90-degree angles. Right turn this way. Then I'm square to you guys rather than square to my floor. So when you're ready, set to beast. Let's go left leg side kick through. So we start the under switch, heel drops, toes together, kick forward, and just pause there. Don't worry about the upper hand, just to make sure that your hip, so your thigh, is halfway between your foot and your hand. I'm hoping you can kind of see that, halfway between my foot and my hand. I'm not here, and I'm not here, and neither is my leg. Everything's straight forward. Makes sense? Coming back. Then we'll do the other way. Same thing, right foot this time. Again, I'm not overly concerned about this arm at the moment. I'm more concerned about making sure that everything's going in the right direction. Push back to the load of beast, sorry. I'm going to go again on the other side. So let's do a full one. So left leg side kick through. Back of the hand towards the cheeks, just floating away. Elbow pulling high, away from your kicking leg. And if you can add that little bit of a twist, feel free. Coming back, big toes find each other, heel lifts, pivot back through to beast. Right leg side kick through. Same on the other side. Elbow pulling high, return to beast, and rest the knees down. Then we'll do some jumps from there. Apologies for having to blow my nose down the microphone. I can't think of anything worse I'd rather hear. Okay, jump side kick through. Or jump through side kick through, I should say. So let's start off with a left one. And we'll jump to the right. So set beast, left leg, side kick through. We're going to do the same thing. And jump from here, switch legs. Making it big for you. And then continue through to your right leg, side kick through. Jump to left leg, side kick through. Again, jump to right leg, side kick through. One last time, jump to left leg, side kick through. Nearly fell over. And then come back to beast. And release the legs. How are we doing? We're getting there? Yeah. I know it's the switching of the legs and left and rights that cause the problems. We're doing really well. I did want to teach you something new today, but I think we'll stick with the plan. I think we'll stick with the flow. So we're going to skip it a bit just to start with, so we're not having to spend loads, because the first bit is the bit that gets repeated over and over and over again. So we'll add it in the next bit. Otherwise, we start from beast, side kick through, full scorpion, crab reach, and so on and so forth. Are we ready? Are we ready to rumble? Let's do this thing. All right, so set beast. Right leg side kick through. Right leg full scorpion. So all the way up and around and lead with the hip all the way over, which will leave your right hand next to your face. For a right arm, crab reach. Return to crab. Left leg will switch to loaded beast. Not got enough room. Right leg front step. Big step. Hold the elbow back. Through. Take the left leg through. Return to loaded beast. Slide to left leg side kick through. So coming forward, you hop the right foot forward and then left leg side kick through. Jump to right leg side kick through. Switch legs, right leg side kick through. Right leg jumping under switch to a right arm crab reach. So jump in the middle, keep going all the way over, and you finish up with your right hand again in front of your face for your crab reach. Return to crab, and you can come over back to beast. Do another switch back to beast. So that's the first side. Okay, let's do it again on the left, or starts with the left. So set beast, we start with a left leg side kick through this time. Left leg side kick through. Left leg full scorpion. All the way up and around. Keep traveling. Straight leg, side of the foot. Toes to ceiling, toes to ceiling. Left hand will be in front of the face. Bend the leg in, wider than hip distance. Left arm, crab reach. Return to crab into right leg under switch to loaded beast. Left leg front step. Through. Return to loaded beast. Slide to right leg side kick through. Jump to left leg side kick through. Switch in the middle. And we jump to crab reach. So under switch all the way through. Literally with the left arm up. Lift the hips and drive into your crab reach. Return to crab. You do a right leg under switch and we're back through to beast. So we're going to add in the first section because that's all of it, apart from the AP bit. So we'll add the AP bit in. Oh, I'm back. You're not flashing for a moment. So all it is the ape reach, open, back to reach, and then we just set beast from there. So it's tiny, it's a tiny little add-on at the beginning, and then we've done everything else. So let's add it in. Coming up into your ape, best ape that we've got, this is where it is. We go ape for each, backs the hands together, thumbs reaching to the floor, head through the arms. Open, lift the heels, lift the chest, 2 pizzas on your palms, reaching out to the side. Nick, that looks amazing. Return to reach, folding in, thumbs to the floor. From there, we're going to set beast. So you're just going to come forward with the hands, organize your feet and your knees to a better beast position. And then we start again here, right leg, side kick through. Right leg, full scorpion, all the way up and around. As you go over, it will leave you with your right hand in front of your face, for right arm, front reach, return to crab, into a left leg under switch to loaded beast, right leg front step, through, return to loaded beast, slide to, let's go right leg side kick through. So slide to, left foot jumps forward, right leg goes under, jump to, left leg side kick through, jumping under switch into a crab reach. So switch in the middle again, continue all the way over, which will leave you with your hand in front of your face for your crab reach. Return to crab and go right leg under switch, back to beast. And have a break there. I got my left and rights confused in the middle, not that it matters, we've still got the floor.
Gosh, that's hard work. Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant.
Start putting it all together. We've only done one side, we've got the other side to do yet. And I'll try and make sure that I get my left and rights confused at the same place so that we do the other side. All right, so stand again. We're starting in ape. We'll do that little bit. Set beast, and then we go left leg side kick through. So set it. Let's go straight into it. Reach. So hands together, thumbs towards the floor. Lift and open. Return to your reach. Set beast. Left leg side kick through. Left leg full scorpion. We'll leave you with your left hand in front of your face for a left arm crab reach. Return to crab into a right leg under switch to loaded beast. Left leg front step through. Return to loaded beast. This is where I got it confused, so I'm changing it. Skip to or slide to left leg side kick through. Jump to right leg side kick through. Jumping under switch to crab reach. So jump, switch in the middle, all the way over, and then up into your crab reach. Return to crab, left leg under switch back to beast. I think there is a way of getting. You can get back from crab to air, but it's a little bit. I'm trying not to teach anything new today. I'm trying to keep it, stick with the plan, never get too excited. How's that? Thumbs up? We're still alive? Well, we've got time to do it again on both sides. Look at me wheezing away. I'm talking away here, trying to give you a break. I'm actually giving myself a break. Let's do it again on both sides. Set it. reach, open, return to reach, set beast, right leg side kick through, right leg full scorpion, all the way up, right arm crab reach, return to crab into a left leg under switch to loaded beast. Yeah, right leg front step. Return to loaded beast. Slide to left leg side kick through. So skip the right foot forward, left leg side kick through, jump to right leg side kick through, right leg jumping under switch to right arm crab reach, all the way over, sort your feet out, reach, return to crab, under switch to beast. That's the full thing. Let's do it again on the other side. Set crab, set it. And reach. Open. Return to reach. Set beast. Left leg side kick through. Left leg full scorpion. Left arm crab reach. Return to crab into right leg under switch to loaded beast. Left leg front step through. Return to loaded beast. Slide to right leg side kick through. Jump to left leg side kick through. Jumping under switch to left arm crab reach. Return to crab, switch, and you're back to where you were. My screen's gone blank again, chaps. So one of you unmute yourself and just let me know if you're still there.
Still here, but
Ah, brilliant. Okay. Good, marvelous. Right. Well, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go through it again. We'll do a cool down. How did that feel to do it all?
I'm heavy breathing. Yeah, me too.
Sweating and heavy breathing. Did you? Are you starting to be able to put it together without as many cues? I was trying to just call the moves instead of wittering on and on. I know, Nick, you like me talking to you all the time.
The only bit where my mind starts to panic is that jumping under switch, because it's almost like I hear the word right, but it's my left that I can't. I know I need to practice that bit. Yeah. Don't worry, it comes with time. The thing that I was going to teach you today is a front kick through. So it's a speeded up version of the front step through. And it's just, so the front step through, if you like, is a regression of that front kick through. And it's my nemesis because I say, you've come back on again. As I say left leg front kick through, it's your right leg that moves for that. And it's my brain just explodes, which is why I've kind of, one of the reasons I've held off teaching it to you is because it's still, for me, it's still kind of one of those that's really brain heavy, but also it's quite hard as well. There's a lot of momentum involved. And I thought, well, we'll keep with this stuff first. But yeah, the jumping under switches, they'll come with time. That's why I'm keeping it nice and slow. But the slower we move, the harder it is as well, which is why breathing's so right, let's finish off. Go on. Panic with what? But I was okay with it. I was conscious that my bum might go too high in the air because having the toes meeting keeps me low. I was just scared that would start doing all this.
You that makes a side kick through for this one where you bring the toes together. Yeah. Sorry, just keep you low, doesn't it?
And that's what I like, connection. Because otherwise, I think I'll end up somewhere. Yeah, that's what I see. Actually, you know, that's a really good point, Nick, because I kind of do teach it with toes together, but it's I still see people with the butts really high in the higher in the air. And I bet it's because they're not looking for the feet. They're just kind of doing the rotation. So thank you for that one. I shall apply that to my teaching toolkit. Right. So pull four. What we're doing? Pretzel. Top knee, bottom ankle, pull bottom leg back, and open to the side. Making sure you gently tuck in the tailbone, breathing nice and steady. If you can, if you can breathe, that'd be nice. That'd be a novel experience. And then slowly unravel yourself. Switch sides. Top knee, bottom ankle, pull the bottom leg back. Open the chest, tuck the tail. Easy on the side. It's not very attractive. Then you can slowly unravel yourself. Done. Well done today for that chat, genuinely. You've worked really hard to get to this point. It's only you two that I can do this with. I've got another lady who in this group, Charlotte, she's kind of getting it as well. But you guys have been putting in the effort over a very long period of time, and it really shows. You know, it does take time. You're doing amazing. You really are. It's lovely to watch when it kind of starts to just, you know, settle in a little bit.
I really feel.
Go on.
I really feel like I was out for a run with my club last night, and I just feel like my whole body is working together now, whereas it didn't before. I just really, like my whole body. It's not just my glutes are turning on and my shoulders are turning on. I just feel like it's all on, and all I can think is that it's not to do with my running getting better, if that makes sense. I think it's just my overall body strength that I think this really helps with, and I can really feel it. So thank you very much.
Welcome. That's the whole point. That was the plan.
Yeah. I know, but you know, I know my camera's gone again. I don't know what's going on with this fella,
It doesn't matter.
but I just, it is. Yeah, I mean, I found that tough this morning, especially on the last run through. Like my leg was like hitting the floor. I wasn't able to hold it up. I was like, that's something to work on, you know. And it might be because I went for a run last night. But
it's hard, right?
Yeah,
it is hard. And that's why, you know, it'd be lovely to do 45 minutes of flow, but we'd be absolutely dead. You know, we're only managing about sort of 3 to 4 minutes max at the moment, and that just gives you some idea of just how hard. It's not the fact that it's particularly hard, but because it's using your entire body. Literally everything, and your brain as well. Your brain has to be massively involved.
Well, I forgot to bring my brain along.
I'm glad you said that, because I'm very lazy. That's why I like to be instructor led, but I really need to switch my brain on.
Oh, it is just, it literally is the whole lot of you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And you know, we build it up over time, but it is it's so all consuming, and that's why I like it. You know, that sort of suits me down to the ground, really. I find it very hard now to go back to sort of doing individual exercises. You know, I prefer to kind of try and string it together if I can, just for that mental stimulation as well as the body stuff as well. Nick, how did you feel, other than the jumping under switches then? Everything else kind of sort of just about getting in there?
Yeah, and it was funny because at one point today you said, "Oh, I'll stay on my mat, but on the scorpion, your foot can stick." And mine did stick today, the first time ever. I don't know, it's because I was sweating or whatever, and I couldn't quite move quick enough. So maybe it's time to get off the mat. But
get
it's like
off the mat.
Comfort.
Yeah, it is. And so when I first started this stuff, it was because the mat gives you boundaries, doesn't it? And you get used to just staying on in. I mean, I'm a yoga teacher, a Pilates teacher. It's all about the mat, right? You just stay on the mat. So moving to something where you don't have a mat and your body goes where it goes was just like,
Oh.
It's a comfort. Your mat's a comfort. How weird is that? That's a really good way of putting it. I need to remember that one. Yeah, it's uncomfortable to be away from those boundaries, that square.
Got rid of the mat yet, but today my foot did stick. It was like, oh.
Yeah, it makes it difficult. Oh, right. Okay, that's interesting. I like that. I'm going to, yeah, the mat is a comfort. I can feel a blog post coming on there somewhere. So thanks for that idea. Right, I'll stop waffling. So we'll have Friday, it's going to be Flow Friday or Flow Day. Let's call it Flow Day. Oh my God, look at me with inspiration this morning. Flow Day Friday. So we know what we're aiming for during the week. And I'm going to add to that. So we'll practice the second half when I write it this weekend. We'll practice the second half, break it down. And then towards the Friday, we'll try and put it all together. I won't put tons in, but we'll add to it. Yeah.
Lovely.
And we'll see if we can get through it.
Yeah, and sorry,
Have an amazing weekend.
I can't make Wednesdays because I'm supposed to do a run on Wednesday morning, so I can't. Yeah, sorry about that.
Don't worry. No, that's okay. It's just one of them things, you know. It's fine, no problem. Yeah, but other than that, we'll crack on as we are doing. Brilliant.
All
right. Have a good weekend,
ladies. Have a good day. Bye bye.
See you. Bye.